Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Mrs. LaForme, Angela. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to share with you guys this really awesome program that I've started to teach myself. I was really lucky and got to go to the virtual SGI symposium this year, and there was a presenter there, Miguel, who showed us all about this program called Nearpod, and I have been loving it. So whenever I find something that I think is really beneficial and useful for students and makes my life easier as a teacher, I definitely want to share the love. So this is the program here. It's called Nearpod. You would go to nearpod.com and it'll pull up this kind of home screen here. I logged in with my teacher Google account because as I start to kind of understand Nearpod a little bit more, I can tell that it's compatible with some of the Google features. So like Google Slides, there's a direct import feature if you wanted to upload a slideshow into your Nearpod. So anyway, I highly suggest logging in with your teacher Gmail email address, or you can use your Office 360 or whatever. And I wanted to show you this login screen because it is, first of all, free. There's a premium option for Nearpod, but I haven't really found any reason why you would want that. Most of the features that I use are all free features. And then there's a student section here too. So if any of you are familiar with like Kahoots, in terms of how the students access their Nearpod, it's very similar. So you would want to give your students a lesson code. So you tell them to go to join.nearpod.com and then type in their code. Nearpod allows you to do either pre-packaged lessons that you would send out like to individual students. They would each put in this code, they join their Nearpod lesson, do your activities, and then submit, let you know when they're done, and you can go in and take a look at their work. Or in my case, it also allows you to do one live lesson per one live lesson at a time. So I never do, obviously, more than, there's only one of me, right? So I obviously never need more than one live lesson. That's one of those premium feature things that I think for my purposes, I won't need it. The live lesson is great. So I would just like have all the students join in a Google Meet and then direct them to join.nearpod.com from there. And have them go ahead and log in with a specific code. Usually I'll put it up like on the Google Meet on a slide or something so everybody can see where they're headed. So again, I'll tell them go to join.nearpod.com and type in, I don't know, magic123, that's their code. They all put it in, they join, and then super cool, it will kind of show you a side-by-side. So anyway, I'm going to log in with my own account now, and you can kind of see what it looks like when you get into it. It might seem a little overwhelming at first. It's really super teacher user friendly. So there's a lot of tutorials once you start. Once you like start your own account, there's a lot of like, see how it works. And they kind of show you interactive lessons. They'll show you what the student, you can see what students see. Yeah, so this is kind of like the first page that I encounter when I log in. There is a section for my lessons, which you can see down here. I have one for MLA Works Cited. I was playing around with a virtual field trip option. There's one for citing sources. These are some of the Nearpods that I put together. I've only done 2 live lessons so far. So MLA Works Cited was one, and then all about using citations. Nearpod also has their own library of lessons. So if you don't want to start completely from scratch, or you're feeling like you want to include some activities that have already been put together, you can search by subject, you can search by over here by subject, you can search by grade level. So if I want to do like English language arts for high school and kind of see what comes up, you can see there's some lessons, there's a ton of lessons. Or if you want to use a search bar, you could just say like, I want to search for Civil War and see what helps for your English teacher to spell correctly. So you can see there's a Nearpod already put together for the Gettysburg battle or slavery in the territories, like all kinds of fun stuff here. There's how to determine a research question. So anyway, there's a whole library of pre-packaged ones, but I've been putting together kind of my own lessons. Go back, so you click on Nearpod to go back. And in order to do that, I would just create a lesson. You can add slides. And then once you click on add slide, there's all these different options here and activities, which is the most awesome part of Nearpod, I think, because it's really been helping students to stay engaged and make their learning more fun. There's matching pairs, so it's like a matching game. There's a poll questions. There is a collaborative board so they can interact together. There's a really fun game called Time to Climb where they each get to like pick their own character. Memory test is like a matching. There's fill in the blank. So lots of different activities. There's also a flip grid and a draw, like a draw pad option. Obviously your quiz, right? And then over here for content, this is kind of like if you're doing, your typical like in classroom lecture, you can do a slideshow, or you can import Google Slides into this slideshow if you already have something created. You can link to different websites. So like in my case, I wanted to show students the OWL Purdue website because it has some great information on in-text citations and MLA formatting. So I can just cut and paste this link here into, you can test it. I know it works. Save it. And then once it loads up, it will load up, I promise. There it goes. Sorry, I was checking out a little conversation sidebar thing. All right, so you can link it to a website here, and then you can preview it. This one seems to be taking a little longer than usual. So on the student's end, they can click there and it'll automatically open up a pop-out window and take them straight to the website that you are referencing, which I think is really cool. When you go back to content, you can also, there's an option for a virtual field trip. So like this would be great, I think, for science or history teachers, if you want to show them like what, what this famous battlefield looks like, or science teachers, you want to take them to like Pompeii or something, so they can actually like, you type in the area that you're looking for and it'll take them straight there. So I can kind of show that one off really quick. So like, let's look for like Pompeii and see what happens. Hopefully I spelled it right. Yeah, cool. So this is like in real, these are all the different options. If you want to take them, I don't know, let's see, this one looks pretty cool, to the amphitheater. Click on done, and then you click on it again and preview. And this says student preview here because it's showing you like, this is what the students will see. How cool is that? So they can actually like see it in real time. Okay. I just think that's fun. I haven't had an opportunity to use it as an English teacher yet, but I will for sure. I can show you some matching game stuff. Here, I'll show you some of these activities. So like the collaborative board is cool. We use this for discussions a lot. I like this corkboardy looking one. You could say like MLA formatting. What do you already know about MLA? Okay, and then you could add a picture here if you wanted to. So like I'm gonna upload a picture from the internet, from my computer, cite all the sources. Yay, save, okay. And then now I'll save it to my Nearpod lesson. It lets you move these around too. So if you decide like, ooh, I want them to look at the place we're headed first and then do this collaboration activity, it's really easy to just reorder the content of your lesson. So you can see this is the collaborative board that I just put together. Oops, sorry, not that one. Let me get out of here. Here it is. Preview. So this is what the students see. And then when they're in the middle of the lesson, I would obviously say like, okay, guys, we're going to do a quick little discussion collaborative board here. So tell me what you already know about MLA. It could be anything. It could be I am unfamiliar. Try to share something, though, that you remember about MLA. What does MLA mean to you? And the student could type in, it is a way to format my essay. Boom. Let's see, you have to use a works cited page when doing MLA. Okay, so you can see, or like, I've never heard of it. Okay, and then the other students that are in your live lesson can like these, which I think is very apropos to social media. So they like that one a lot for generating discussion. Some of the other ones I've used, Time to Climb is very fun. So you would type in as the teacher some questions here. What is the purpose of MLA, right? To torture students. Ha, not really. To allow readers to better focus on your thesis and provide structure to your writing. I just kind of flubbed that one up, made that one up on the fly, but it is sort of accurate. To make yourself sound fancy. Obviously, these are not the questions I would use, but I want to show you these. And then you select the one that is the correct answer and hit add. Okay, oops, sorry, hit add question. You could do a second one here, blah, blah, blah. I'm just kind of showing you, yes, maybe, no. And the correct answer is going to be yes for that one. And then you can say save when you're done. And here's our Time to Climb game. So now we're going to preview it and see what the students get to see. Time to climb. So they get to pick a little character. It doesn't show you here, but similar to Kahoots, right? They click the one that they think is the right answer. It's very, very fun. Okay, I promise. So anyway, that's some of the features. I'm going to pause and then restart up because I'm not sure how many minutes I have for this screencast. Stay tuned.